Hi everyone, welcome back. We are now on page 592. Check your understanding number 2. So this one is called the work problem. I know it's a word problem, but it is more commonly known as a work problem, which means it involves work. All right, obviously. Well, let's take a look at the question. Marissa can paint a garage door in 3 hours. There's this guy, Roger, who, if he works with Marissa, so when they work together, they can paint the same garage door in 1 hour. Of course, since Marissa is being helped out by somebody, they would be doing the work faster. The question is, how long will it take Roger if he was to paint the garage door by himself? Once again, that is your unknown. Therefore, you will let X be the number of hours it will take Roger to paint the door on his own. All right. You usually find the um, definition of the variable towards the end of a question, wherein really in this paragraph, this is the question. So might as well make that your X. And again, just like in check understanding number 1, I created a table. So the table is always a nice way to set up your or nice way to solve your problem. So in this case, I would suggest that this is how you set up your table if it is a work problem. There will be 4 columns. The first column would be those people that would be working. All right. Or in terms of if it was machines that are working, machine 1 here, machine 2 here, both machines working together, something like that. The second column would be the number of hours needed or the time needed to complete the job. All right. What is the job? Painting the garage door. So you might be wondering, why is it a 3? Well, what it is saying is if it was Marissa by herself, it says here Marissa can paint a garage door in 3 hours. Therefore, it will take her 3 hours to complete the job. Yeah. For Roger, I left it blank. We'll get to that. But we also know that together, they will need only 1 hour to complete the job because that's what it's saying here. Marissa and Roger working together, they can do the same job in 1 hour because they're working together. Okay. How long will it take for Roger to do it himself? Well, we already defined that as our variable, so it will take him X number of hours. Okay. Now, the way it is done in math, to be able to solve questions like this, you always have to think about this in terms of a unit, meaning every in terms of 1 hour. So we are going to look at what part of the job is done by each person and both persons working together in 1 hour. If Marissa takes 3 hours to finish the job by herself, how much of the job or what part of the job can she do in 1 hour? Well, if she takes 3 hours to finish it, she would be completing 1/3 of the job in 1 hour. Know what I mean? Because every hour she gets to complete 1/3 of the job. So 2 hours, she gets to complete 2/3 of the job. 3 hours, she completes 3/3 of the job, which is the whole job. What part of the job is completed by Roger in 1 hour? Well, it would be X times 1. All right, because, oh, sorry, it would be 1 over X because we don't know how much it takes him to be able to complete the job. But what we do know is in 1 hour, he will be able to do 1 over X of the job. Just like with this one. Why is it a third? Because it's 1 divided by 3. Therefore, this one, it would be 1 over X. Now, what about together? What part of the job can be done in 1 hour? Well, it's 1 hour over 1 here. right? Which is just 1. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Some of you might need to watch this 2 or 3 times to be able to actually understand what is going on. All right. I strongly recommend that you watch this a couple of times until you get a good feel of how this is solved. Okay. So let's continue. So what part of the job can be done in X hours by Marissa? Well, if she can do a third of the job in 1 hour and she is given X hours to work on the job, that would be X hours times a third. Are you with me? I'll say it again. That would be having X hours and then being able to accomplish 1/3 of the job over X hours. That means she is able to do X over 3 of the job. That's the part of the job she can do in X hours. What about Roger? Well, he is given X hours and he's able to finish 1 over X of the job per hour, and multiplying those two, it would be X over X or just 1. Okay. What about this one? So they have 1, they will be given X hours. What part of the job can they do? 1, that would be X. Okay. Now, this is the key. Marissa needs this much time to be able to complete the job in X hours. Roger needs this to complete the job in X hours. And together they are able to complete X parts of the job in X hours. Marissa plus Roger is equal to them working on it together. All right, and this is quite simple. You multiply both sides by 3. This is X plus 3 equals 3X. 2X equals 3. X is equal to 3 over 2 or 1.5. And what does that mean? It would take Roger 1.5 hours to work on the garage door by himself. All right. Thanks for watching. Bye now.